just when things couldn't get any worse for the Liberals and Susan Ley, just yesterday, 6 News broke the story that Ben Britton has joined the Reform Australia Party. Now, who's Ben Britton? During the election, and this is a personal one, he was kicked out of the Liberals and disendorsed as a Liberal candidate for the seat of Whitlam.
And for what reason? It's because the man was actually saying, I don't think that women should be serving in frontline roles, specifically the infantry. This is what the media put out there, and then this is what he actually said on the podcast while sitting in that chair.
If we're to fix our defence force, unfortunately they're going to need to remove females from combat corps. They push them into these roles.
Seen it.
And what's actually happening is the discharge rate, the medical discharge rate for females is off the planet. The concept of diversity and equity and these woke Marxist ideologies, young women are being put on the altar and sacrificed. If we're to fix our defence force, unfortunately they're going to need to remove females from combat corps, and that's not an attack on females. I served with some of the greatest females in the defence force, tremendous people. I'm very, very glad to have met them and known them because they made my life better knowing them. When you are taking a young girl who turns up and wants to be just a medic, or wants to be a clerk, or wants to be a driver, or whatever, no, you should do infantry. You should be out in frontline combat. No, they push them into these roles.
Seen it.
And what's actually happening is the discharge rate, the medical discharge rate for females is off the planet.
Absolutely.
You're talking 70-80% are getting medically discharged. Their hips are being destroyed because they can't cope with the carrying of the heavy loads and the heavy impacts that's required from doing combat-related jobs. The concept of diversity and equity and these woke Marxist ideologies, young women are being put on the altar and sacrificed for this ideology. 87% higher suicide rate amongst female veterans than other females in society.
Again, that was a massive hit job that was done on him by the mainstream media, taking his quotes out of context from my own podcast, and that's why it's personal. The idea that they used a podcast I'd filmed with him in my studio, sat on it, didn't play the full transcript and exactly what was in that interview, and then deployed it at a time of their choosing, was just disgustingly done, and it was done by his own supporters in the Liberals. It was done by his own supporters. That's what's insane. The Liberal Party is in that much of a factional war that happened. And I mean, going to Reform, if it's anything like the UK, is eating the lunch of the Conservative Party. And so, look, is this the start of something? I have no idea. A lot of you guys have sent me this link. But I guess watch this space. We'll see what happens.